Greetings everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 108 of Project Zomboid, which originally aired live on Twitch. He's in the woods. I see one here. I'm not gonna go hunting in the woods for zombies. I think there's enough of them that I don't need to go out of my way. Oh, sounds like he's following me. Come on. Dead. Alright, it's 5 p.m. I think I have time for one more house. I'll try 2 more houses, because there's 2 more houses at the top of this block. And it would be easy for me to remember I did these 2. Plus, I've been disassembling every front door that I get to. Hey, a remote controller. Bandages, a mirror, painkiller. I'll take the painkillers. I don't think I need it, but whatever. This car does not look like it has good parts. That muffler is not terrible. Oh, but it's not a high quality, it's an old muffler, so never mind. This house also looks like it hasn't ever been zombified. Doesn't look broken or anything. Oh, Jesus! I take that back. That was awkward. I was trying to jump in as they were jumping out, and they blocked me. More canned goods. Canned salt. I'll take a rotted apple. Why not? Duct tape's always welcome. I don't really need wood axes, but wood axes, hand axes, and saws would have been awesome to find early on. I just have no need of them personally anymore. Master foraging. I don't need. I don't think I keep checking, but I really don't think I need any books. Well, none of the windows are broken and the door was locked, so that zombie, this zombie here, has been in there forever. Just so happens that I was the one that disturbs them. The next version of the game. So if you get jump scares now in the current version, next version is going to be so many more jump scares. They're designing the game to have more jump scares. And it looks awesome. It looks so awesome. Well, I have car keys to this car now. Yeah, if you want, the developers have released a little bit of the dev blog, and you can see the changes that they've made to like jump scares and the like. It's awesome. It is really, really cool what the changes they've made. And the way they've changed it, it's not like artificially fake jump scares. They're like legit designed into the game to give you a nice scare. It's very cool the way they did it. So you should check that out. Nothing like some swim trunks, right? There's also a keytar there. And this is, ooh, the last home before we head home. Found some milk and more broccoli seeds. Awesome. Something that I actually could use in jars. Sweet. Let me double check if this vehicle here has... Yeah, I'm picking up the rotted meat for compost, exactly. No, it doesn't have any gas. It's not in terrible condition. The windows are pretty smashed, but the vehicle as a whole is somewhat salvageable. Not that I need more cars. I have like a driveway full of them. All right, if you have any ideas of what you want me to work on, just submit them as a channel point redemption. There's room for maybe like 4 more suggestions before I pause it and have you all polled. I think what I'll probably end up doing is do scavenging housing for 1 more day. Whoop, that's a poll. And then I'll turn it over to you all to decide what I work on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, as it turns out. Because right now it's December 23rd in-game. Pixel wants to know if cutting down trees degrades the axe. It does. You can repair your axe with wood glue, glue, and other repair materials. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. And the reason why I passed on the wood axe is I have like maybe 8 wood axes back in my base. So I really don't have need of more wood axes. So I do think it's smart to have a few spare. You know, to try to get like 3 of every tool, except for weapons. Weapons will degrade a lot faster, depending on the durability of the weapon. So, you know, I've probably gone through like 15 lead pipes in this series already. But I've not gone through a single hammer or screwdriver or scissors. Like you know, your hammer will degrade, your scissors will degrade, your screwdriver will degrade when you use them, but so slowly that effectively you don't need too many duplicates. Wood axes will degrade a little bit faster than scissors and hammers and screwdrivers, but you probably only need like 2 or 3. If you want to get more than 2 or 3, that's fine, of course. So here's the watchtower. Oh, let me back up. See, yeah, there it is. Beautiful watchtower. Or not so beautiful watchtower. Am I an axe man? No, I'm definitely short blunt. I'm all about the short blunt weapons. Because my reasoning for my short blunt preference, they are very, very, very easy to find. They're the easiest weapons by far to find. So you're never, ever going to be without short blunt weapons. Because any plumbing in the game that exists disassembles into short blunt. So if you disassemble a bathtub or sink, it will tend to spawn you short blunt weapons. Or, you know, metal pipes. So there is a near infinite supply of metal pipes in the game, and they make for pretty good weapons, which is why I've preferred them over others, or other types. All right, home sweet home. Oh, cabbages aren't supposed to be planted here. Oh well, whatever. We have a few extra cabbages. We just missed the weather report, probably. Maybe. Wow, we came home with 11 light bulbs. And let's put the duck away so I can count it. Alright, duck count 9. Right on. My electrical boxes, I'm probably going to have to start storing my scrap electronics on the floor again because we're full. Got to be real careful about not eating the rotten food, though. Me personally, because I took the trait of sensitive stomach. So if I eat any rotted food, I have a chance to die. Which would be a very, very unfortunate way to die in a zombie apocalypse. Maybe time to make more bombs? Well, suggest as a channel point redemption, and I will. If it gets voted on. Yeah, death by misclick. That's why it was so sad when I accidentally put the uncooked stew in bowls. Because, you know, that's kind of... Yeah, that sucked. Okay, let me listen to this. Putting away my groceries. For blackout, it's going to be under freezing. Mild wind, clear skies. And freezing tomorrow as well. But cloudy. Not terrible. In truth, I wouldn't mind if it snowed some, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Oh man, staying organized takes so much work. Whoa! Guy, come on, man. You fool. He just hurt himself. The most damage I've taken so far. Climbing this fence, tripping over my stove, and falling face first on the ground. Good job. Solid work. A+. Here lies Ash Williams, tripped on a stove and died. That would be a very bad eulogy. Try to avoid that. I think at this point, I've pretty much exhausted my need for electronics. Like, there's really not much that I can make that would be necessary, so... I could grind it out and make a whole lot of radios and then disassemble the radios for skills. Yeah, kills 3,000 zombies and proceeds to trip and die. That sounds like a very Tallahassee way to go. If you ask me. I'll put the cockroach in the fridge. Well, we got some salt. I wanted pepper, and all we found was salt. No, I don't need this on anymore. Off. My guy is hungry. And if I recall correctly, I ruined my tomorrow stew, so I'm going to have to cook some up. Actually, I'm not going to leave the cockroach there, because there's the chance that I accidentally add the cockroach to my stew. So... not doing that. I'll put the cockroach out here so I remember. Glitched with the salt. Oh, yep. No salt for me. Alright, let's get cooking. What's wrong with cockroach and stew? Nothing. I just wouldn't be able to catch a bird with it. Bit of a waste. I haven't checked on my traps in a long time, but perhaps that's something you all vote on for me to do, is like a day of trapping or something. I have room for 3 more channel point redemptions for suggestions if you want to make it. Is this my last pepper? Nope. It's a Christmas miracle. So this stew's going straight on the stove. And then the other stew might be the last of my pepper. Yep, pepper's gone. This was the last of the pepper. That's okay, I'm a salt man myself. Be damned the blood pressure, right? Okay, that's still cooking. I'll continue to put stuff away. I feel like I'm missing a light here. Maybe I should look to install one. Scavenged until we have more pepper. There's just no reliable way for me to find it. I mean, that's honestly the issue, is I'd love more pepper, but I have no leads on to where to search. So it'd be me searching blindly in random houses just hoping to find it, because that's pretty much the only way. Special rounds. Alright, we have a bunch to vote on. So tomorrow I think what I'll do is I will continue to scavenge, but this is goal for what is today? Today is the goal for Christmas Day, which is in 2 days. Continue Watchtower, which is from Cruzio. We've got Train Mechanics from Poetic Artist. We have got look for an ice chest from Dear Stig. He suggests the small shop in Valley Point would have one. I think it would. Stutach, burn a home down for Christmas. What am I, the Grinch? But all right, sure, whatever. Byron says loot an unvisited POI. If that gets voted on, I'll have to figure out what POIs I haven't visited. And continue scavenging from JD. Chiefly to look for pepper, but for anything. And then Wilkie Bean suggests colored light lamp disco floor. So build a disco hall or something like that. Maybe I could do the Watchtower disco. It's a thought. But yeah, there you go. There is the projects, and have yourself a wonderful boat. Here, I'll have a disco here. I'll just be, you know, staying alive. Staying alive. Woo! How's my... I'm gonna burn my soup, aren't I? Oh yeah. It was most of the way burned. Let's not do that again. There you go. Fresh cooked stew. Sky Collective, thanks to the bits. Oh yeah. Hey Yoda, how you doing? Staying alive? I know it seems like he's a stuffed animal, and honestly, you wouldn't be wrong. Okay, oven's off. Good. Slayer, thanks for the resub as well. Half a year. Alright, let me back up my save. Hey, buddy. You're gonna have to entertain everyone, because I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Yoda, you're the man of the hour. Make a little Yoda burrito. Alright, I'll be back in just a second. Alright. Loot, POIs, seems to be the leader. I like it. Let's hit continue. And hydrate. Cheers. Salt and pepper does increase happiness, the happiness value of a meal. Yeah. It doesn't do anything for nutrients, but it does make you happier when you eat it. So today what we're going to do is we're going to continue our looting of that neighborhood that we were last. So it's still, the current project is to scavenge those houses. And then after that, whatever you vote for. I'll leave that up for a little bit longer, so people can have their feedback. Oh good, wolves. Sad sounding wolves. %, fuel. Okay, I'm glad I swapped. Pojo, thanks for the sub. Oh, and another hydrate. That would be another cool thing to have, is actually have animals in the game. I mean, there aren't animals in the game yet, but I think it would be pretty cool for them to introduce the concept of actually there being animals. I vaguely recall there being talk of that, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, the carrots don't look ready yet, so the first thing I'm going to do this morning before I go loot those houses is to rearm the traps, because it's been a while. Yeah, roving pack of wolves would be pretty scary. Certainly more scary than zombies, because wolves would move a lot faster, I'd assume. Oh man, I barely have traps left. I didn't even bring... I'm an idiot. I didn't even bring... I barely have any traps at all. Stupid zombies broke them all. What I was going to say is I don't really have cabbage to rearm these anyway. I brought worms for the bird traps, because that seems to be what survived. I caught nothing. And even one of my bird traps broke. Alright, add bait cockroach. Oh, ew. I can add the cockroach to do two different bird traps. So I seemingly squished it apart. Oh, and there's still some cockroach left. I'm just gonna add worms to these other traps. I'm sure I'm not gonna catch anything, but like whatever. I brought worms, I'll just add the worms. Alright. One thing I will say is most of the development of this game has not been like, they've either done it fully or not at all. They don't introduce a lot of new content or mechanics or anything that is like half done, half baked, which might explain why the wait for you know, the wait for NPCs, or the wait really for anything has taken so long, is because they want to perfect it before they release it. And I respect that. Nothing's worse than a game that patches up and then it breaks and ruins everything. My tires are pretty much fully inflated, close enough. I'm not going to worry about it. Hey, Byron, thanks for gifting out to Pixel. Getting murdered by deer bites would be hilarious. What horror film? I remember watching a horror film and it was terrible. I mean, it was honestly just a terrible horror film, but like the opening sequence was a bunch of zombie deer that attacked the car. I can't think of what film that was, because I think my brain hated the film so much I booted it out of my own memory. Dang, Cheese! You gotta slow down this month. What time is it in Australia anyway? Isn't it, like, absurd for you? But thanks for all the gifted subs. Woo! 5:30 in the morning? Yeah, that's ridiculous. But thank you, Mr. Cheese Radar. Good morning to you. Maybe a bad morning, but a morning nonetheless. Alright, bye-bye cockroach. I don't want there to be a mistake where I use up the cockroach in cooking and, like, that'd be gross. Alright, back to the homes. I think. Why am I so encumbered, though? I think just my everyday carry is just heavier now. And there's a pretty uncomfortable wind chill in the air. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Come on now. Does the icebox use a lot of energy? Yes. It does use up a fair bit of gasoline to keep powered. But the ice chests, those little icy ice chests that you see me use, have a better... So the regular freezers have a freezer that is 20 sized, and those ice chests have a freezer that is two sides of it that adds up to 60 kilos, or 40 kilos, something like that. So the icy chests are better storage for your gasoline than the regular industrial... There's two types of refrigerators. There's sort of the old school refrigerators, and then there are industrial refrigerators. The industrial refrigerators are the best storage for your gasoline, but 2/3 of that storage is refrigerated, not frozen. So that's why I use those icy chests. Can you die from frostbite? Yeah, you can die from exposure in the game, yeah. It's possible. It's not a pleasant way to go either, as one might imagine. Hey, Kamasi, thanks for the resub. Hello. Okay, we're almost back to the neighborhood where we've been shooting and looting. So we got these 3 houses on the left already, and then the 2 on the right. I don't have my map open, but we'll be starting with this home here, because I already did that one. So a new block. We are the Wet Bandits. Another tip to new players, there's a lot of interesting magazines that you can find in mailboxes. And although it's a federal crime, I don't believe federal agents will try to arrest you. It is a victimless crime. So there should be 3 houses on this block that will be clearing out. And then it looks like loot and unvisited POI will be tomorrow's goal. So it's Christmas Eve. I don't know why I keep disassembling TVs. Hey, a cooler. Neat. Not something you find very often. Another rubber ducky. Oh my goodness. Duck found. I'm not going to add it again. Not going to add it until we get home. Well, that is some luck. And this first aid kit has cotton balls, 3 cotton balls, and suture needles. Man, this was an awesome bathroom. No complaint from me. So cotton balls are some of the most efficient ways to treat a wound, to disinfect a wound, and then the suture needle is the most effective way to stitch up a deep wound. I don't need the bottles of disinfectant, though. I have so many back at my base. That's why I passed up on it. I have like 20 bottles of that stuff. More than I will ever need. Oh, we found the gingerbread house. I'm coming in. Fresh cake? Whoa! Fresh cake? How? How is it fresh? It has got to be made of asbestos. I don't know how it's fresh, but you know what? I don't care. Going in the mouth. I can tell you why it happened, but it is pretty funny. Whoa, and additionally, this house doesn't have furniture. It's just like... I think I just died. I think that was poison. The zombies left that out for me. Because there is legitimately no one in this house except for me and the cake. All these rooms are like closed. But the reason there was ooh, these gloves are warm. I'll take them. The reason there is fresh cake is because I've never been close enough to this house to cause the game to spawn the the stuff in here. So then when it created loot, it created fresh loot. Is there any reason to keep the phone undisassembled? I don't think so. I'll just disassemble it. Ginjog, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, or maybe it's just amazing preservatives. It's like ultimate Twinkie science. Either way, I don't care. The game says it's fresh. And fresh butter. Man, this house is awesome. Pepper? Will it give me pepper? No, but salt. Sugar. Sugar's also really useful. I need sugar too. For canning. Okay, well, that's... I like how they have, like a picnic table as a kitchen, or a dining room. Interesting choice. Well, that's a memorable home. Getting fresh cake like that. Ooh, and this car here looks awesome. Welcome, Sadie. So, I want to drive my cop car down to this next house because it looks like the vehicle in the driveway there is in remarkably good condition. And I might even just tow that vehicle home. Because it is in such good condition. Or at least at first glance. It looks untouched. I mean, it looks like a hearse, but it also looks untouched. Hey, police officer. The police officer had a double holster, but no armor or anything. I think it's safe for me to check out this car now. 65, so it's not as good as I thought it was, but its windshield and hood are in very good condition, as is the muffler. It's a performance muffler and battery. Yeah, so we'll strip the car a bit instead of switch vehicles. The lead bashing pipe never gets old. Hey, it's reliable. It's not the best weapon in the game, but it is dang good. Why keep using it? All right, let's check out what sucks on our car. The headlights suck, so I'm going to uninstall them. And the rear left seat is in bad condition too, and the rear right seat, so I'm going to replace those just because that's like working on mechanic skill. Hey, Tangier. Welcome, friend. Now, as you can see, I'm swinging a lot slower. It's because I'm really encumbered by all this garbage. The driver's seat is not hot either. Yeah, the thing is with the driver's seat and the passenger seat and stuff like that, they so very rarely get damaged that I'm really only doing it as like a formality to build up skill. Hey, Yoda. Playing one-handed. I sort of hear zombies still, so it's a little sketchy to be doing auto mechanics with zombies nearby, but whatever. Let's grab the headlights. And then one of the seats is worth taking. The other one I'm going to leave behind. So we won't have a seat in this cop car. But it doesn't really matter. I probably won't ever use them. And how's our mechanic skill? It's about halfway to 4. It's getting there, but it's still kind of a ways off to get to the 5, where we would need to be to do some real maintenance on the engine. Oh, yeah. Go through the window. Oh, stupid zombie. Hey, they had... I don't really need any more beta blockers. Alright, what else is growling at me? You. So I need a rear seat, standard, and a windshield. Let's try for the windshield. Probably knowing we're going to fail and ruin this one too. But at least it's skill gain. Oh, we also wanted to take the muffler. And maybe the battery. Darn. Broke the windshield a little. What's the highest levels of crafting? 10. 10 is max skill for everything. I mean, you can see the boxes here. It only goes up to 10. Alright, so we have a windshield at 64%, which is still higher than the 47% of the cop car. So if I can install this first try, it's an improvement. If I can't, it's probably not. Oh, it's 36% now. I guess I collided with stuff. Level 10 typically doesn't unlock much. You would have to use the wiki. What it does is it allows you to craft higher quality stuff. So in terms of like carpentry, for instance, there are multiple tiers of like walls. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Same with metal walls as well, but that would be metal smithing. And as your skill goes up, the hit points of those walls go up, and then just the physical appearance of those items look better as well. Same with boxes and everything else, yeah. There's not a whole lot, as far as I'm aware, of recipes that are really unlocking at really high levels. And that's true of almost every skill. Almost all skills, when you're up to like level 7 or so, there's not much bang for your buck left for you to even obtain. Just the way the game is. Maybe at some point there will be recipes that get filled in, like high level recipes, but you know, when your skills are in the like 7 or 8 range, you're pretty much done with all the benefits. Ms. Odin, thanks for the follow. Welcome. Come on, muffler. So this is a performance muffler, which would make my cop car quieter. Got it first try. And it's also possible the battery's better too. So knowing the way the developers have developed this game, I doubt there will ever be like a zombie-proof anything, as they tend to balance it out so that there is no way things are like truly zombie-proof on first floor. But I don't know. I'm not the developer, but it would surprise me if they had like, you can already make plaster walls, but they just don't hold up amazingly well. You could also make metal walls, and for the same reason they don't hold up all that well either. But everything I know about the developer, they do want the sense of risk or dread or threat. So everything they ever do in this game, they never make it so that you feel invulnerable. There's always like some sort of vulnerability. I think I'm done taking apart radios. I have too many electrical components already. As I constantly find walkie-talkies and radios. Look at this. What's... Ew. There's like a rotted... Yep, lot of rotted fruit in that lunchbox. That reminds me of when I was a kid. Real young kid. My family was going on vacation, and I think I might be, I forget exactly what the reason was, but I think the setup was that we were leaving our family van in like long-term parking at an airport, and my sister left a peach in the in like one of the cup holders. And it was left there for a long time. And it was very, very gross when my parents, well, when everyone returned from vacation to find, like, it was nasty. It was very nasty. It was like brown and full of maggots. But that's what that little lunchbox in that house reminded me of. Yuck indeed. So that's the 3 houses in this block. Let's rob the other, or I don't know, rob. Let's liberate the loot on the other side of the street. It's open. I don't think at this point I even need reading material books. Oh, there's 2 bookcases there. But I'll take it. Turning those carbs into proteins. Yeah, except for no one ate those carbs. Oh, a box of sparklers would have been nice last week. And Mr. Fat Ashley here is saying that he's starving to death now. Whether I believe him, I don't think so. I think he's fine. Oh, more leather gloves. Leather gloves are something that until you have really high, tailoring skill, anytime you see leather gloves and things like long socks, you're going to want to grab because they're pretty irreplaceable. Rubik's Cube. Alright, that house is done. This car looks in pretty good shape too. Still no pepper. Yeah, pepper is oddly rare. Very oddly rare. This car even has gasoline. I mean, barely any, but technically not an empty tank. And it has a key in the ignition. I wouldn't even need to hijack it. It came with the key. Build 40, you can't wear socks. Is that a 41 thing? I don't know. It might be. If you can't, probably. It probably was introduced in 41. Is pepper the new sledgehammer? Yeah, I guess so. There's other things other than the pepper that I'd want to find too, though. Yeah, I've been looking for, like, canning goods and, you know, a whole lot of other stuff. I'm not sure what my... Oh, dear Lord. I'm not sure what my current white whale is. Ooh, melted ice cream. So obviously, after this house, I am going home. Or just away from this house, but... there's nothing in here anyway. Yeah, we better get going. They're gonna start swarming. Don't touch the car! Car alarms are ridiculously loud in this game. The actual volume that you hear and the radius of the noise are a bit different. Some things make a lot more noise to the player than they do to the zombies. There's not a lot of good equalization there. So like a rabbit caught in a trap sounds deafening to the player, but to a zombie, they barely hear it at all. House alarms are some of the loudest that you can have in the game, so they will draw zombies from many, many, many city blocks away, like 3 or 4 blocks. I mean, it's a huge radius, which is why if you do set off a house alarm, you've got maybe like 30 seconds to a minute to loot before it starts to get swarmed. But if you stay in that house, kiss your butt goodbye. So the house alarms, I think the lore behind them is they're battery powered, which is why they can go off even though power's been cut. Because power's been cut in this game for like 5 months. So obviously they're not battery out alarms. Yeah, I had the same question when I set off my first, you know, when I've set off some alarms way after the power's been... Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm going the wrong way. Whoopsie. So I had that same question, but I think it's just like, oh, you know, it's a thing because the battery systems are or the alarm systems are battery powered. Well, I found a lot of non-perishables. Let's also eat this cake slice before it goes rotted. And soon we'll be able to count that duck amongst our duck friends. Let's try to put on some extra weight. I'm 82 kilos, and I'm gonna eat a bunch of cupcakes. Does butter go bad in the freezer? I forget about butter rot. I think it can. I think it does eventually, but it's one of those very, very slow. But I could be wrong. Alright, all the rotted stuff are away. Hey, Sylvanti. 16 months. Cheers. More months to come. The Queen of the Wendigos blesses us with her presence. You know what? I would actually say that butter doesn't go bad because I have 4 other sticks of butter in my fridge. And I figure if they did go bad, they would be bad by now. So I retract that last statement. Likely, I don't think that butter is can spoil. Just looking at the fact that I have so much butter that is not spoiled. So it must be same with like melted ice cream. That does never spoil. Let's add the duck. No, not the mop. Add the duck. Duck number 10. I think what I'm going to do is a load of laundry here. So let me light the campfire. And then I'm going to do 2 loads. I'm going to first clean the stuff that's in there. And then I'm going to clean all the stuff that I'm wearing to keep the 2 separate. Because it could be confusing if I add them together. I won't know what to wear afterwards. Because not everything is tailored up to specification. I have no idea where to put a box of spark. I guess that's like electrical. So you make sparkler bombs out of it or something. Beer. Ketchup. More salt. No pepper. So tomorrow, you all voted that I loot a POI. What I'm going to do is I'm going to poll you all about what I work on the next day. I'm only going to loot a POI for 1 day. So here is all the remaining choices that were on that poll. And you can pick amongst them. What I work on after tomorrow. So I have to look at the map and figure out what POI I'm even going to go to. I don't know. I'll consult the beautiful map. I guess I didn't technically need that fire on just yet, because I haven't stripped. Ah, well. Another thing I'm going to do is every day carry suture needles, because they weigh next to nothing, and they could get me out of a really bad bind if I ever had a deep wound that needed stitching. This is weird. Why is this needle not... There we go. It was like an argumentative needle that refused to go in my backpack. Real life butter can eventually, yeah, it can eventually go bad. In-game and real life are obviously different, because in-game, ice cream doesn't even go bad. So, it's a video game. Don't expect it to mimic real life perfectly, because it won't. Yeah, like I have a houseplant that hasn't seen the light of sun, right? It's been an indoor houseplant with no direct sunlight for a long time. Does it care? No, because video game. Man, this washing is taking a long time. Is Alex posture check? Okay, that's done. Christmas Eve, time to get naked. If you're wondering, it just helps to periodically do your laundry, because if I was to get harmed in some way, like let's say broken glass or something like that, the cleaner I am, the less likely I'll have infections. So stay clean, because I mean, look at how filthy I'm disgusting. I'm nasty. But a little bit of laundry and I'll be alright. Alright, so let's stay near the campfire, or the stove, so I don't freeze to death. It's a nice and toasty 74 Fahrenheit next to this, which keeps me nice and alive. I could do with the shave. I could shave. So these are done. This clothing is unsewn, so I'm not going to wear it. It hasn't been upgraded or anything. And then the stuff I was wearing is going to get dried. I think my clothing shelves are just about full, though. I don't really have a lot of room for anything else. Yeah, alright, they're both max. So I have about 100 kilograms of spare clothing at this point, which is a lot. There we go. The easiest way to do this... Oh, I don't wear a hoodie anymore? I guess I don't. So, right-click wear. For a hoodie, you have to decide whether the hood's up or down, so it's usually easiest to put the hoodie on first and pick down and then put everything else on. But I don't have hoodies anymore. Alright, I guess I'll clean tomorrow, or I'll cook tomorrow. And we'll have to figure out what POI. What I'll do is I'll put up some choices about the POIs to loot while doing this backup. So let's take a look at this map. If anyone has any ideas of POIs to loot, you also should feel free to suggest them. I'm going to look around the map, try to figure out what we're going to do. So the voted goal for today, or tomorrow or whatever, is current project, loot a point of interest. Thank you for watching Project Zomboid, which originally aired live on Twitch. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell.